Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 weirdest unlockables in Sonic games. Sonic the Hedgehog has been rather straightforward when it comes to unlockables, most of which are simply friends, costumes, or fun new modes. But these ones? We're not so sure what's going on here. Which of these unlockables was the strangest to you? Let us know in the comments below.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Danica Patrick, Sonic and All-Stars Racing transformed.
Character select. Danica Patrick.
Some folks would argue that this is the absolute weirdest unlockable out of every Sonic game ever, and we can understand such a claim. Here we have a real-life celebrity, a public figure, hanging out with fictional video game characters like Sonic, Eggman, the Team Fortress 2 crew, and flippin' Wreck-It Ralph.
Owning the race. Firework.
It doesn't help that her car is decked out in advertising for GoDaddy.com and Hot Wheels. Come on, it's bad enough that we've already blended reality with fantasy. Do we really need product placement here? We suppose that's why the game's title didn't include the Sega part in its predecessor's title.
Finish!
Can't wait to check out the selection.
You get it! First place!
Purple Gem, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic 06 had a lot of problems at launch, many of which are still present in the final build today. It's absolutely absurd how much of a disaster it turned out. But one of the biggest problems could be found in the game's most expensive unlockable, the Purple Gem. After beating the Kingdom Valley stage, players can purchase the Purple Gem for a whopping 14,000 rings. My god, why? What about this gem is so powerful that it demands such a hefty price tag? Well, whereas the other gems grant powers like creating small tornadoes or generating a magnetic shield, the Purple Gem lets Sonic shrink. Yeah. On top of that, he also gets an unlimited amount of mid-air jumps, making it easy for players to skip certain segments of the game. In other words, you just unlocked a speedrunning technique. Tails Doll and Metal Knuckles, Sonic R. For a frustrating racing game like this, and hey, it's frustrating in controls, but damn, that music's good, Sonic R really tries to pack in a solid roster. In addition to the usual cast of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, players can unlock Robotnik, Metal Sonic, and even Egg Robo. That's cool and all, but we're kind of curious about Tails Doll and Metal Knuckles. These two don't exactly function any differently than their organic counterparts, and what's stranger is that these two don't even appear in any other piece of Sonic media after this game. Yeah, there's probably a couple cameos here and there, but it just comes off weird. And the limited animations also make it look like they were just wedged in to say, look, there's content in this game. Couldn't they have just thrown in characters from our next entry? You know, like Espio or Fang the Sniper? Anyways. Honey the Cat, Sonic the Fighters. Sonic the Fighters was already a strange game. Not only was it a 3D fighter featuring Sonic and friends pummeling the crap out of each other, but it also featured a rather bizarre cast of characters who never made appearances in a mainline game before. Bean the Dynamite, Fang the Sniper, and Bark the Polar Bear were all odd choices for fighters, but the weirdest of all was Honey the Cat. For those unfamiliar with their Sega trivia, Honey was a character in another Sega fighting game, Fighting Vipers. She was scrapped during initial development for the original Sonic the Fighters, but she was finished up for the Xbox Arcade and PS3 versions of Sonic the Fighters digital re-release in 2012. Though she has made a couple of cameos since, this newer iteration of an obscured Sega character is still rather odd to behold. Sega guest characters, Sonic Riders. Now look, we're not knocking on some of these games just because they featured guest characters that are from non-Sonic media, it's just that some of them look out of place under certain scenarios. Take Sonic Riders, for example. The entire premise is that Sonic and friends are competing in hoverboard races. That's all fine. That's fine and dandy. I personally like the game. I know it's frustrating, but it's fine overall. But what really throws us off is seeing Knights on a hoverboard, Ulala from Space Channel 5, and Ai from Super Monkey Ball hovering on a banana. For the blue blur, hoverboarding makes sense. For Ulala, yeah, you can make a case for her because she comes from like a science fiction franchise. But for a paranormal dream jester and a chimp? Was the sexy pop star journalist not good enough?
Let's play!
Metal characters, Sonic Heroes.
Wow, we're flying way high.
They're not subtle!
While this one may not be as strange as what we've seen so far, it's still worth mentioning. Given how the term metal implies a robotic version of someone in the Sonic universe, one would hope that the cheat for metal characters would transform everyone into robot versions of themselves, or, you know, unlock even more playable characters with unique abilities or whatever. But we really weren't expecting that this cheat is exactly what the name implies, in a literal sense.
I wonder if we can use that pole to go up. I'll take the lead!
Holding a particular button while loading into a multiplayer game will give your team metallic skins and dark eyes with red pupils, just like Metal Sonic. It's worth noting that some communities have modded the skins into PC versions of the game, letting you use them for single-player campaigns, like what you see in the footage here. Regardless, this doesn't make any sense, and it kind of makes the characters look way harder to look at. You just cannot fathom the monumental disappointment my younger self felt when I saw this for the first time. I was like, are you kidding me? They're not robots, they're just shiny? You told me I was becoming a robot only to turn around and make me unnecessarily shiny. Why?
Can this be a high-speed transport tunnel?
Whoa, this is super fast!
You're me? Sonic Colors? We know what you're thinking. I can play as my me in a Sonic game? Yeah, you most certainly can, and it's kinda creepy and bizarre to look at. See, you're not just playing as your me. It's not that basic. As you can see, you're playing as your me dressed in a Sonic costume. For some reason, the headpiece is not included, and yet it still managed to be as creepy as those Sonic Halloween costumes for kids. You know, the ones with like the jumpsuit and the plastic mask. It ends up making Sonic Colors look like some absurd mod. Only thing it's missing is the eerie hidden message music from Sonic CD. Seriously, man. This is making my skin crawl. And Knuckles mode, Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania features a handful of unique ways to experience a modern 2D Sonic game. Play the game as Sonic, Tails, Sonic and Tails, even Knuckles. The mode we were not expecting was the Unlockable and Knuckles mode. This allows you to initiate a campaign as anyone with Knuckles as your partner. And I mean anyone. That includes Knuckles himself. In other words, you can do a run as Knuckles with Knuckles, and there is even a secret ending about this paradox that makes everything even weirder. Just try to keep track of which Knuckles is under your control, or else you're gonna be seeing a few game overs. Eggman, Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. As strange as this Sonic RPG was, the Dark Brotherhood gave fans plenty of opportunities to interact with their favorite characters. Along with our noble heroes, you could recruit Shadow the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, Omega, Cream, and even Big the Cat as party members. One character we weren't anticipating to be playable was Eggman himself. Find all of the Eggman detectors in Chapter 3, and he'll join your team for Chapter 4. He even comes with attacks that deal a ton of damage and could potentially insta-kill robot enemies with tails. Still, it's a bit peculiar to see a longtime madman and villain become a temporary ally. The last one, and it is the weirdest and the worst unlockable in Sonic fandom, the heel cannon, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Behold the ultimate power!
Yes, this is exactly what it sounds like, and yes, it is an absolute waste of your time to unlock. I spent well over an hour and a half trying to unlock this. As you complete paths in Shadow the Hedgehog, you'll unlock special weapons to find in crates for your future campaigns. Some weapons, like the Egg Vacuum and Samurai Sword, are a ton of fun to use. The heel cannon, however, is completely useless.
I don't know who or what these black creatures are, but we can't let them get away with this.
You can use this to revive fallen gun and black-armed soldiers. Why would you do this? To speedrun the 2 or 3 healing objectives in the entire game? Who the hell knows? All you need to know is that there is an unlockable weapon and you should be glad it's there. And you want to know what sucks even more? This thing requires you to have a complete good playthrough, meaning you have to do all of the hero objectives for the entire campaign, and one of the levels where you have to do the hero objective is Lost Impact, the worst level in the whole game. Absolute blasphemy for this dumb, stupid unlockable. Heel cannon sucks. Can't change my mind.
Shadow, what are you doing?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.